if you want to receive Jesus, just raise your hand. Well, I thought the Krishna thing didn't work and the Buddha thing didn't work, so I'm not going to raise my hand. And then he kept going and kept going and kept going, and he said, listen, I know somebody's here that needs to raise your hand. And I looked around and I said, well, this grandma doesn't know what's going on, and it seems like everybody else here knows what's going on. And he said, we've got all night to wait. And I realized, okay, I'm not getting out of here till I raise my hand. So, raised my hand, prayed the prayer, and it was the most amazing experience because, you know, it's being a Christian isn't like a Hindu prayer wheel, or it's not like just a chant you do. It was a life-changing, radical change in my life that set me on a different path the rest of my life.
So it was that one night at that concert where you kind of eventually raised your hands, hopefully you kind of get out of the meeting.
Yeah.
But it was that moment that Jesus came into your life and you were different from that time forward.
You never underestimate the power of what an invitation can do and what a simple prayer can do to change a life. Never underestimate it.
So now obviously we know you many years later as a missionary, a well-known missionary in South America, literally around the world. Many people know of your ministry. But of course now you're just a brand new Christian. And so fast forward a little bit for us how we become Robert Barriger, the new Christian, to Robert Barriger, the missionary. Kind of take us from that journey really as you'd like to describe it.
Well, like I said, thank God for grandmas in church. You have a ministry, Grandma. You have a ministry. Find some kid that doesn't have a dad and love on them. They're looking for some love. And this one little old lady in church started kind of adopting me. And she would give me missionary books, and I started reading some of these missionary books, and it inspired me, it challenged me of how these guys can do something to make a difference. And one day that little old grandma said to me, she goes, Robert, the hardest thing you could do for God is be a missionary. So that's my call. It was never an angel, a prophetic voice. It was grandma in church saying the hardest thing to be. She challenged my manhood right there. And I said, okay, I'll be a missionary. That's my call. I went to the pastor and I said, I want to be a missionary. What do I do? And he said, well, go study. I said, where? He goes, I don't care. Find a place. So I did. I found a Bible school in San Diego. Literally packed up everything I had in my surfer van. Drove a couple hours down the road to San Diego. Enrolled in the Bible school. And they thought I was spiritual because I was there so early every day. But the truth is, the church had a shower, and I was living in the parking lot in my van, studying in Bible school. And when the pastor found out I was living in the parking lot in my van, he made me go into the boys' dorm. And that's where the discipleship began.
So you enrolled in Bible